Hello, awoken ones, all you beautiful beings out there listening on the internet airwaves, vibrations of all time and space, and, well, however else you'd like to describe it in words. But sorry if this one's a little jumpy. I decided to record while I walk right now because I had a lot on my mind. I just came to a realization a few seconds ago that one of the ways that they're going to try to put your light out is by overwhelming you with all kinds of problems, right? But the trick, especially if you're an empath or a light worker or whatever category you've decided to put yourself in, the trick to not let them win is to realize that you could have like the most crazy stuff going on in your world, right? But you can still, at the same time there's all that crazy stuff going on and you can't seem to get your stuff done, it's almost as if you can't practice what you preach or use the tools you already know are there. Well, they're still useful tools because eventually they'll work. And what you can do is you can still be there for others. Being there for others will provide you energy as well in the long run because their vibrations of love and graciousness will float into you. The other realization that I wanted to talk about while I was walking down the street, I love this. Some people look at me like I'm crazy, even though they can see my phone recording me. But we all know how that goes. The other realization that I had was that overthinking everything, you gotta be careful for that one. Overthinking everything will make you question what you really know. For those of you out there that are Mandela affected, it'll just send you into this chaotic confusion if you overthink. Your heart will know the truth for you. Your heart will know what you had seen or what you knew it to be. Your heart will know as soon as you hear or read any kind of lame excuse for why it is the way it is. It doesn't matter which effect in particular you're talking about, but your heart will tell you right away. Usually, I find, what? That's bullshit. If you have that feeling, if you find yourself saying to yourself right away, what? That's bullshit. It probably is bullshit. Now, you could think about that bullshit, and then you could overthink about that bullshit, and you could even convince yourself that the bullshit isn't bullshit. But that doesn't change the fact that it's bullshit. Prince E.A. is a really cool spoken word poet on YouTube. I highly suggest checking out all of his videos. They're pretty cool. Yeah, makes a lot of good points, but he has this video talking about Houdini and how he once said he could get himself out of a locked jail cell, and then they put him in the cell and he pulled out the thin piece of metal and spent 2 hours trying to unlock the jail cell door and started freaking out and sweating, and finally he just collapsed onto the door and the door opened because the door was never locked. See, Houdini only thought it was locked, and he thought that they would use the best locksmith and everything else. He assumed all these things, and because his mind thought that door was locked and that he was going to have to pull out all the tricks to get it unlocked, he didn't even realize the entire time that it was unlocked. The sheriff or the cop, never locked it. Tricked him. Remember that, because that's one weapon that they will use against you the most. They will try to convince you that you're being crazy or that you're being irrational. They're usually wrong. Once you know that, well, it'll be a lot easier for you to keep your strength and your energy up. Because remember, you could look at that bridge and you could see a bridge, but if you look close enough at that bridge, you'll also see a house for someone, for somebody. That's where they live. That's where they sleep. So to us, if our mind is only allowed, whether it be from control of others or control from ourselves, to see just a bridge, well then, how would we ever be expected to find ways to help the people who have to use it as a house, right? And that's what they want to do. They want to overwhelm you, and then that way they can keep your eyes blinded from seeing truth that you already know is true. This can get quite frustrating, and it can get quite draining. So, my suggestion for anyone listening is let it out and ground yourself. Walk outside into the grass barefoot. If you don't do this already, you will be blown away at how useful it can be. And remember that you need to do things your way, on your path. Because if you don't, and you allow yourself to get stressed out about other people's expectations of you, well, that's like a trap to fall into. Don't fall into that trap. And if you need to go out and scream somewhere, go out and scream. If you need to go hit a punching bag, go hit a punching bag. You need to bicycle or go out and skate, whatever you do for exercise. I like to walk. Go do that. It will escape you back to where you need to be within. The light is in you, which means that you will always have access to it, even in the darkest of times. And now that reminds me, one more point that I'm going to leave you with. One thing that I have started to do that I find has been very useful for me is that when I'm in my most depressed and darkest moments, because, you know, these days, it can be moment to moment, right? You know what I'm talking about, don't you? I know. But when I'm in those really low moments, and I'm trying to transmute that energy at least to a more balanced state, I found that if I remind myself and physically say out loud, love and light to everyone. Love and light and strength and prayers to all that need and all that do not. Love and light to everyone, including the ones that don't want it. Love and light, strength and peace, understanding and patience to all. And I just kind of keep repeating that over and over again. Sometimes there's variations, but you get what I'm saying. Spread your love, radiate it out. The vibrations last forever. And you'll find that Even though you think you're alone, well, there's actually a big tribe of us out here walking around right now. And you may think you're alone, but if you can focus on that love, even in the darkest of your moments, one of us will find you. Or you'll find what you need to hear. Okay. Also wanted to end this video with thank you all so much. Those of you that have subscribed to me, and those of you that have sent me some of the comments that I've gotten, I'm heartfelt about it, and I appreciate it a lot. It actually really encourages and helps me, and I can't put into words what those feelings are that I can get from some of you when you read some of the comments that you've left. So thank you very much for that. Please share these videos with whoever you think you would need to with for. And if you're a subscriber, wow, that's just like, I started doing these videos just because I wanted to release my thoughts and my emotions surrounding those thoughts for therapeutic reasons. And the fact that some of you have shared with me that anything I ramble on about is helping you, well, it builds up more strength in me too. We're all connected. So, bless you. I love you. Thank you. Peace. Namaste.